How's it going, everybody? I'm standing here by our baleage. You see we got 3 rows and they go down quite a ways. So we still got quite a bit of baleage here for end of March. I really haven't gotten into feeding too much of it, but I wanted to do a video. As you see, the title is some new equipment. You guys know, if you follow the channel, that we got our own round baler last summer, and we're kind of breaking into the whole baleage thing. But before I get too far into this video, let me do a few shout outs here. So let's do them first. First shout out goes to all you guys. Everyone who commented in the video I did a couple videos ago where I was talking about the fire at our neighbor's farm. That thoughts and prayers to the Whitaker family and all the well wishes to Landon. I really appreciate it, guys. I was blown away. Even though I said to do it, I was just blown away by how many people did. It was cool to hear where you guys were all from too. You get, you know, like I said, I really pride myself on replying to comments when you guys take the time to watch the video and to make a comment. I really pride myself on replying to the comments, so you get used to a few names that you see time in and time out. It's pretty cool to hear where you guys are from and stuff like that, so that was pretty neat. And you know, like I said, big thumbs up to you guys. I really appreciate it. Like Judy said in the comments that you know, Landon's gaining day by day, and actually I heard that he got to go home, so that's going to be, like I said, he's still got a big road ahead of him, but you know, I'm glad to hear he got to go home, so that's awesome. But next shout out, Casnovia Equipment. You guys have heard me talk about Casnovia Equipment. I am very blessed that we got some really good dealerships around us, and I got some really good working relationships with the dealerships. Like I said, everyone at Casnovia Equipment, you know, Lindsay Equipment, I deal with Will there. He's phenomenal. Clinton Tractor, that we'll talk about here in a minute, I deal with Don. You know, the whole family up there is just great people. You know, we really like working with Clinton Tractor. White's Farm Supply, working with Bill Rogers, working with Dylan. Ed is the store manager with Bill, and they're just phenomenal people. Leads me to another shout out real quick. Easton, I also work with Dylan from White's Farm Equipment. I worked with him a little bit. He's the one that dropped off that bale unroller. So Easton, that's your dad. Big thumbs up to you, buddy. I said I'd give you a shout out in a video. So Easton, there's your shout out, my man. Tell your dad thanks for letting me use that wick bale unroller. So anyway, circling back to Casnovia Equipment, I was talking to them, and they up at the Cortland store, Heather put together some toys for Landon's younger brothers. I know Brock went up there for some things. They got that put together. Brock wanted to get some things for the kids, and he's got some younger brothers, so Heather put that together for them. And then I was talking to Chloe and Colleen, and they put together a bunch of John Deere stuff for Landon. So anyway, Casnovia Equipment, Heather, Colleen, Chloe, everyone at Casnovia Equipment, thank you guys so much. That was awesome what you did for Landon and his family. So like I said, a great place, great people and everything. So thank you guys so much for that. So next up, we got a box. I don't want to zoom in too much on it because I don't want to show his address. I do have a P.O. box, guys. I probably should mention it more. It's in the about section of my channel. I never really mention it, but you know, I got a message the other day, and I was talking to another YouTube channel. We were talking about a few things, and he said he wanted to send me something for helping him out with a collaboration video, or he got an email about collaboration and stuff like that. So we were just kind of talking about that, and I said, you know, don't have to send me anything unless you want to send me your 7810. But Aaron from and I hope I'm saying your name right, from Girock Farms, sent out, let me open up this box. So this nice hat, he's got the Girock Farms logo off to the side a little bit. That is my favorite color, blue. I do like that blue. That's a sharp looking hat. It's a Richardson hat. Very nice looking hat. So Aaron, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. If you guys don't, go check out their channel out in Wisconsin. really good channel, and that's an awesome hat. I really appreciate that. So another shout out going to while I was there checking my P.O. box, and I should get down there more to check that more often, but you know, I grabbed the hat. I also had a letter in there, so it's cool that I like getting letters. It's pretty cool that people are still sending letters. So now that we're doing round bales, we're kind of breaking into this, you know, the baleage. We only did a couple. We'd have my buddy Dusty come bale for us, and we only did a couple here and there, like, you know, 100, 120, something like that, just to kind of get us through the summer and the fall. And then, you know, we fed squares the whole time. Well, now that we got our own, we did a lot more round bales. We're jumping into baleage, so I picked the brains of people that have done it before when I can. I was talking to Mark up at the farm show about it. He stopped to say hello, and we were talking about it. Like I said, a bunch of different people. I think we were one of the last people that ever, you know, that didn't do baleage. So, you know, there's plenty of people I can pick the brains from. But, you know, just finding what works for us, jumping into things, you know, like I said, it's one thing after another. Oh, we bought our own baler. Well, now we're looking at a wrapper. Well, now how are we going to unwrap it to feed it? You know, Dylan brought down that cart. We didn't go with that cart. We'll get to that in a second. But I got a letter from Joe, and I hope I say your name right, Joe Sega, or Sega, or Sega, oh, like the video game console, Sega, that'd be cool. S-E-G-A, from right over the hill here in Dryden, New York, over in Dryden on 392. I've been that way a bunch of times. So I've been by your place a bunch of times. So thanks for reaching out, Joe. He said, you know, he fed baleage in a barn with a setup kind of like ours, and he said to reach out to him, and you know, he can kind of help me out a little bit with it. And you know, he's got his he's got his address and his number here. And Joe, I will be reaching out to you. You know, we're in a crazy season right now, getting ready to start the crazy season out in the field. So one of these days I will be reaching out to you, Joe, and I'd like to get out there and see you. You know, you took the time to reach out to me and everything to help me out. So I'd like to get out and see, because like I said, always good to pick the brain of other people that have done it. Never stop learning, kind of stuff like that. I don't have all the answers, and if I can find something that works, you know, makes my life easier, I'm all about it. So Joe, I'll definitely be reaching out to you. But anyway, so I'm standing here by these, and I'm sure most people probably know what we went with, but we demoed 2 wrappers. These 2 piles right here, my neighbor John stacked these, were done by the Kuhn wrapper. We demoed, Will dropped off a Kuhn 1410 for us to demo. I thought it did a great job. You know, I really, between the 2, these were the Kuhn, this is the McHale. I can't really tell the difference. If we picked these 2 up and flipped them around, I wouldn't be able to know the difference of what came out of what wrapper. So I think they did a great job. They both wrapped really well. And then of course we used the Kuhn 3-point, or the McHale LB. I'm gonna put it right here. It's a 3-point hitch wrapper we use for these ones right here. That did a good job. Like I said, both wrappers did a phenomenal job. What we kind of figured out we wanted, and it's going to be different from what other people say. I know my brother-in-law was like, oh, you want it on the trailer just in case you want to, you know, you got to get right out to the field, get them wrapped. You know, if you got a rainstorm coming or something, you can get everything baled quick, get up there, wrap it, and then go get them at a later time. And I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. Most of our hay fields are a couple miles away, though. We've utilized our area where we have alfalfa here, but, you know, basically around us, we do our corn and soybeans, and then up in the higher hills is where we got our hay ground, a couple miles away. So I wanted to bring everything back to the barn. I don't want to leave things in the field. And like I said, Ben from Casanova Equipment, they have beef, so they do a lot of baleage, and he says, you know, they just don't have the barn space in the barnyard to stack up a bunch of, you know, baleage bales like this. So it works better for him to leave them in the field, take his wagon out, you know, bring whatever home that he needs and feed them. And if that works out great, then awesome. I just want everything back in one location. You know, we're gonna have the silos here. We have looked at, I went to a J Lore demo, TMR mixer demo, and got some information. Ben dropped off some information on Kuhn and Triolette mixer. So we got some mixer cut wagons we're looking at, not for this year, but just looking. So I want to have everything here because we got the silos, dry hay, baleage, whatever we're going to put in. You know, I would talk to Alyssa about that, our nutritionist. She does a phenomenal job. Really, really, really smart girl. And you know, once we get something, once we figure out what we want, what we're going to get, how we're going to get it, you know, how we're going to get it in the barn, all that stuff, she's, you know, going to work with her to get the right, you know, recipe, mixture, recipe, batch, whatever you want to call it, for the milkers, the dry cows, the heifers, all that stuff. So, so we did the 2, and we ran up to Clinton Tractor the other day to sign some paperwork, me and my dad, and let's go see what we went with. So if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a while, you probably know which one we went with because you've seen it in other videos. But we went up to Clinton the other day, signed some paperwork, and we ended up getting a nice McHale hat. I couldn't beat the deal. If you bought this $26,000 hat, they threw in a wrapper. So I couldn't pass the deal up. So yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than your usual hat, but how often do you buy a hat and get a wrapper? Pretty awesome. I like the deal. So McHale 991 LBER 3-point hitch wrapper. Is there a reason why I went with McHale over Kuhn? No. Like I said, Clinton Tractor, I could have gotten Kuhn or McHale. Actually, Lindsay, when I was working with Will, could have gotten McHale or Kuhn. So the McHale is well known for their round bales and their hanging equipment, very heavy duty. And the Kuhn, I like Kuhn. People were saying I was a Kuhn fanboy with the rake and going with the baler and stuff like that. But and if we're not in the market for a tedder, if we ever were in the market for a tedder, I would probably lean toward a Kuhn. I just like their hay equipment. But we decided to go with McHale. We really like this one. It did a great job. The thing with why we went with the 3-point hitch and everything, there was no sense, like I said, we wanted to bring everything back here and wrap everything back here on the farm. So there was no sense of paying for basically the trailer. For a time we might run up to a field, or you know, I wrapped a couple, or my brother-in-law actually wrapped them for me. I did a couple up behind the house here. You just pick it up with the tractor and drive it up there. So for that one specific time we're racing the rain, maybe, I guess we just pick it up and drive it up to the field. It's still, you can still travel with it. It is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy, I'll give you that. But yeah, just 99.9% of the time we're gonna be bringing the bales back here and wrapping them here at the barn. So so it was either between this one or a 3-point hitch Kuhn. And like I said, we ended up going with this one. We worked out a deal with Clinton, like a package deal. And they really, we thought we were really happy with the package deal that Clinton offered us. Basically, we're getting the wrapper, we're getting another piece of equipment that I'm not going to say now. You will see further on here when it shows up. I'll do a video on it. You guys can tell me, hey, that's a nice piece of equipment, or you guys can say you're stupid for getting it, one or the other. Either way, and so we got this, the wrapper, the other one, and then we got some small one, like a bale hugger, a McHale bale hugger, that if you guys were at the New York State Farm Show, you saw us sitting up there at the farm show. And then the other thing was, well, for the baleage and everything, how are we going to unwrap it? How are this? I talked about maybe using that machine up in the hay mow. A lot of guys said, you know, you got to be careful with having an engine like that up in there. Any little spark, you could have a fire. And that's a pretty good point. And after seeing what I saw at my neighbor's place, that's the last thing. You know, we definitely don't want that. But what I was thinking was, let me just walk over there real quick. So I'm standing here in front of the barn, and one of the things I talked about, there's the chute over there to go to in front of the cows. So maybe we would just drive up here, set the bale on, drive over to the chute, unroll some down to there. Once it's unrolled and down into the barn, it's not that hard to feed. You know, I got the poly carts over there that we don't use for silage anymore, so we can use it for the baleage, and it's not that hard to feed. It's just getting it unrolled and down there. That was the big holdup. So it's kind of like, all right, what are we doing here? So, like I said, having that machine up there, I get what everyone's saying, and I kind of agree with you guys that you don't want an engine or anything up there. What I was thinking, if we did put it up there, was when we get a mixer, if we drove the mixer up here, that is still probably going to sit too high with that machine, with that unroller, like that wick unroller sitting up here would still probably, you know, wouldn't be high enough to get it in, unroll some hay into the mixer, because I don't want to just throw a bale in. We're still going to do corn silage and haylage, so we probably won't use like a whole bale, depending on what, even for like the heifers or whatever, we're probably not going to use a whole bale, or maybe we'll use a bale and then a partial of a second bale. I don't know. It all depends on what Alyssa's got written down for us, what we got figured out. So, you know, I don't want to take the bale spear with it. We got the wheel loader, so we got plenty of height to see and go over like a mixer cart, mixer wagon, whatever, but I don't want to just pick up the bale and shake some, because then what's going to happen is a big chunk's going to fall off. So if I need, just throwing easy numbers out, if I need 500 pounds of baleage and I start shaking some, I'm going to be getting close to that 500, and all of a sudden a big chunk's going to fall off. Now I got 600 pounds or whatever it is. So so I was talking to Donnie stopped, and I was talking to him, and I was showing him the wick cart and everything from White's Farm Supply, and told him what I kind of needed and stuff like that. And he said, I think I got something that would be perfect for what you want. And he showed me this picture. I think it's a work saver, it's called. It's like a bale spear, and it's got hydraulic lines, and basically I could hook it up to the loader, and we'll pick up a bale and spin it. And actually, a neighboring farm, Chuck Mraz and his son Andy, I was talking to Andy because I said, hey, you should come up and take a look at this unroller. And he said, I want something to put on a skid steer where I can just put it over their mixer cart and unroll some. And I'm like thinking, boy, that would be nice. And we always talked about we should get a second spear, where we should get a second spear. You know, it's funny when I'm sitting here holding this camera selfie style, when people pass, they're like, what is that guy doing? But anyway, we've always talked about getting a second spear. We got one bale spear to either put on the skid steer or the wheel loader. So the wheel loader would have the spear up at the field, putting it on the trailer, and I'd have to get the forks to pick it up and move it with the skid steer. But which did an all right job, but I always said we should get another spear. So this, you can see it's got the main spear, and the little ones are on the side. The little ones are what spin the bale around. The good thing about this is I could pick up a bale of baleage, pick it up with the wheel loader, drive it right over here, unroll what I want to unroll, have a big pile right here, throw down what I want to throw down. When we get a mixer wagon, I could take a thing of baleage, drive over to the cart, unroll what I need to unroll, and then go set the rest of the bale down. You know, add the silage, haylage, high moisture corn, whatever in, mix it up, minerals, mix it up, feed it, and then like go to the dry cow mix, grab a bale of dry hay, unroll what I need to unroll, set that down, go grab a round bale of bedding hay or straw, and drive over to the bedding pack there and just unroll what I need to unroll for bedding. Set that, you know, you don't have to use the whole bale, which is great. And then, you know, oh, need more baleage, grab that, and oh, we're out, grab another bale. So it's just gonna make it that much easier, I think. I think that's a good purchase. So I put that in with the deal too. It was a really good deal. We like the package that Don put together, and so that's gonna be our bale unroller, and I think that's gonna work out really good. And it's not here yet, but I'm really excited for him to drop that off, because I'll do a more in-depth video when that shows up. And it's actually funny, the day we went up, I actually got an email from Ben from Casanova Equipment, and he's like, you know, I saw your video on you know, demoing that bale unroller. You should look into something like this. And the first link, the second link was like a 3-point hitch style one that would spin bales off, or, you know, unroll bales. But the first link I clicked on that he sent me was that Worksaver bale unroller, and I said, funny you should send that one. We just bought one. So So I'm looking forward to that, getting that down here. I'll definitely be making a video of that when it gets here. You know, this just looks like a really good heavy duty wrapper. So you should be seeing a lot more of this summer. I'm excited to break it out again and use it. So anyway, I gotta go run and give the heifer some more hay. But anyway, thumbs up if you like this video. Drop me a question or comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thumbs up to you. I totally appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Drop a guess below if you want to see what the other piece of equipment that we got in this package deal was. Some people might know, but yeah, who knows? Some people might guess it, some people might not. We shall see. But anyway, it's gonna get closer and closer to tillage time, so look forward to those videos. They should be coming up shortly. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody.